Hello guys, welcome back to another Beard Guys video, and it is time for another garage update. So it's been a few months since I last did one of these, and it was pretty popular, so I thought I'd run another one. Just going to really quickly run through what tanks I have in my garage at the moment and say a very brief piece about each one. It's kind of interesting to see, I guess, and it might also be useful if you guys want to request tanks that you might want to see me drive, or especially on the live stream. We started live streaming now. Check that out at twitch.tv/thebeardguys, and that's a good place to come along and ask me to drive different tanks what I have in my garage. So without further ado, we'll start with the mighty T1 Cunningham. Should we go by tier? Let's go by tier from tier 1. I think that's what we did last time. There we go, tier 1. Only the one. I've sold all the rest. Yeah, this just sits here. I played it a lot last year for the lols. Now I just tend to jump in it when I'm doing a recording test and just checking things are in sync, because you get really quick battles at tier 1. It's a great tier 1 tank. If you want to drive a good tier 1 tank, I recommend using the T1 Cunningham with this gun, the M1933, the however you say that 20mm one down the bottom there is a great gun at tier 1, but I mean it's a tier 1 tank, so it's a bit of a silly little tank. Tier 2, we've got T2 Light. It's a American premium tank that I got from a competition code, I think. I don't really use it. I keep it because it's really fast, and I think I've only used it in training rooms for racing, but yeah, why not? It's a good enough reason for me. I don't like selling premium tanks. T18 American Tank Destroyer. Had this for a very long time. It's really fun. It's a little bit OP maybe for tier 2, but it's so it's probably a good tank for newbies to try out for a bit of fun. I think I've got the smaller gun on it there, but it's got like a kind of derpy howitzer gun as well, the 75mm. I tend to prefer the other one because it's a bit quicker firing and more accurate. But you can put the howitzer on it, and that's the little howitzer there. And so what are we up to? Tier 3. I'll try and make it a little, not too long today, not too long. So we've got the Locust. That's a really fun little American premium tank, premium light tank. I've had that. It's probably my first premium tank I got, pretty much. I'd recommend that as a cheap little one. It's good for knocking about in. It makes good silver for tier 3. It's pretty powerful. Yeah, nice little tank. This is quite a new one. I haven't really tried this out very much. This is a French TD, the FCM 36 pack 40. Because I didn't have any French premium tanks, so I wanted a crew trainer, so I bought this, but I haven't really used it much yet. It's a bit weird and slow, but I think it's kind of okay. I haven't really got to grips with it yet. As you can see, I've hardly got any XP on it, so barely played it. It's very new, and I'll be trying that out. I think I'm probably going to be tempted into getting one of the higher tier French premiums. So, well, the only one, which is the heavy, the tier 8 heavy, as it'll be a better crew trainer for me for my ELC and my bat chat line and that kind of stuff. So tier 4, only one in my garage at the moment, is the SU-85B. I've had for a long time. That's a really fun tank destroyer. When you've got the top gun, the gun is very tough for tier 4. It's a very hard gun. Great pen, great rate of fire, decent damage. It's got great view range as well, great mobility, just very weak armor. Yeah, great fun tank. I've had a lot of good battles in that. Not used it for a while, but I don't think I'll be selling it in a hurry. So tier 5. Tier 5 is a very popular one for me. We've got me Chaffee, which I haven't driven for bloody ages, but it's a great fun tank. A bit less dominant now. There's so many other higher tier light tanks about, but it's still a very powerful tank and really good fun, and worth getting if you fancy it. There's going to be more light tanks coming above that in the tech tree at some stage in the future, so that's kind of what I'm looking forward to. Won't be selling that. The M4A2E4, yeah, I don't really use this too much. I just kind of bought it ages ago, and I hate selling premium tanks. It's meant to be a right tank. I was kind of a noob when I got it, so I thought it was crap, but it's not really. It's not a bad tank. But yeah, if it wasn't premium, I'd sell it, but it's premium, so it's just going to sit there and probably get unused. T14's a similar story. I was kind of new at the game when I got it, and thought it was kind of crappy. I mean, the gun kind of annoys me. It doesn't pen very well, and I find that frustrating, but it's not bad. People can do pretty well in it, and I've not really played it much since I've been a kind of more experienced player, so you can probably do good things with it. I didn't. I was crap in it, so There you go. It's got pretty good armor. It's got good armor for a tier 5, as you can kind of see. It looks like a big solid block of steel. There's my favourite tier 5. Well, yeah, I think that's my favourite tier 5. The Lam Ben's a PZ54. It's a premium tank. It's a rare premium tank. It's not very often up for sale. Only twice so far since the game's been out, I think. But yeah, it's really tough. Great for ramming, hence the nickname the Ram Panzer. PZ is short for Panzer. Yeah, and it's good. I mean, the gun's like not amazing, but it's got a lot of hit points and it's good at ramming, and it does tend to dominate quite well. It's pretty quick, not very agile, but pretty quick. Yeah, so I won't ever be selling that. Who would sell a rare tank? You'd have to be mad. Well, I know several people that have. The grill, big grilly style. This is just kind of for fun with Lammy, really. He's got one, and so sometimes we get bored and we'll jump in our grills. It's a pretty powerful tier 5 artillery. I hardly play artillery at all these days, but it's just kind of there for a bit of fun every now and again. ELC MX is a keeper. I really like that tank. It's really fun. It's kind of a little bit unique. It's got a really powerful gun. Slightly fixed turret, only turns sort of a little bit like that kind of much. You can turn the turret. Really low profile, really quick and agile. Very, very fun tank. I highly recommend getting that and trying it out because it's good fun. It's a little bit different to other light tanks. What else we got here? We got Churchill 3. It's a decent premium Soviet heavy premium tank. Decent crew training, ridiculous rate of fire. Alright armor. Yeah, it's not bad. I don't use it very often. It's very slow, and yeah, I've got other tanks I prefer playing more, but it is decent, and it's good value if you don't want to spend on a tier 8 premium. That's not a bad choice. The Type T34. I have hardly used this at all. This is one of the new Chinese ones. Yeah, I've just been playing to kind of try and level up, and I'm going to go up the light line here, which I think is this one, the 5916. So I've just been kind of plodding along with this. Really, it's all right. Nothing to kind of chat about yet, but I haven't fully upgraded it yet. So as you can see, so we'll hopefully get some gameplay footage of that up in the future once I've played it a little bit more. That's gonna be tier 5s. I've got a ton of tier 5s. Tier 6 a little bit more slim on the ground. We've got the Tog, which I bought I think probably since the last garage update. It's a fun tank. It's kind of novel. It's not an amazing tank. It's just, I mean, it's the Tog. That's what it is, really. It's got lots of hit points, and the gun's okay, and it's big, and it's slow, and that's about it, really. The armor's shit, but you've got the hit points are just ridiculous. It's like, I can't remember, but it's the sort of hit points you'd expect to see on a sort of tier 8 or tier 9 tank sometimes. Not a heavy, but on a TD maybe, or a medium. It's got a lot of hit points, yeah, and it looks ridiculous, and it's kind of funny. I got Lammy to get one as well, so we can drive around a platoon with them, and it's pretty funny. KV2, another kind of comedy tank, really. I just look at it; it's just stupid. I bought this because I never seem to have any tier 6 tanks, and everyone always wants to play tier 6. So I bought this so I could kind of join in rather than yeah, using something else. But now I just tend to use my ELC AMX because it has the same matchmaking as tier 6. And I wasn't too fond of the KV2. It's kind of funny, but yeah, I don't know. It didn't really do it for me as it has for other people. Excuse me. Type 64 is a tier 6 I really love, but because it's Scout, it doesn't have tier 6 matchmaking. It has tier 7 matchmaking, or the matchmaking of a normal tier 7 tank. But it's a really nice tank, premium tier 6 Chinese light tank, very nimble, good gun, good rate of fire, very mobile. Yeah, I like it a lot. Yeah, one of my favourite light tanks in the game, really. I haven't played too much the last couple of weeks, but I have played it a fair amount since it came out. And once I've kind of settled on a bit of a higher tier tank in the Chinese line, then I'll be using this a lot more to grind up, build up my crews on that tank. That's tier 6. Tier 7, we've got the T29, old classic. Won't ever be selling that. One of my favourite tanks early on. Won't be getting rid of it. It's very powerful. Highly recommend that for maybe newer players. It's a good fun tank. Quite good in all sorts of situations, really. And I tend to find just tanks with it's quite mobile. It's got decent armor on the turret anyway. It's got a decent gun, and it's got good gun depression. I find having good gun depression, it probably helps you out when you're a bit newer at the game, because shitty gun depression is pretty frustrating to deal with sometimes. The Panther I'm grinding at the moment. I'm trying to unlock both the tanks after that, so I've got quite a bit to go. I want to get the Tiger 2 and the Panther 2 and go all the way up both those lines. So there's a lot of work to be done there. It's a pretty fun tank. It's got a really nice gun, a kind of snipey gun. It feels a bit weird playing a kind of snipery medium tank to me. I'm used to kind of bowling in there at the front and kind of wolf packing it a bit, or sort of semi-brawling or that kind of thing. Can't really do it as well in this, but yeah, it's a good fun tank. The gun's fun. It's quite mobile. The Jagdpanther I've had for a long time. I won't be selling that. It's a really nice tank. I did kind of think about selling it, just hadn't used it for so long, but I know I'll go back in it and I'll have a great game, and I'll think, okay, yeah, I'm not going to sell that. And it's got permanent camo on it, so you know, I'd be crazy to sell it. It's a good tank. E25 is an amazing tank, very fun premium tank. It's a bit like the ELC in that it's like ridiculously quick, very low profile. The gun is kind of silly. It's really high rate of fire, very low alpha damage, alright pen. So you can, but it's got great camo, so you can sit there in a bush shooting someone. You might be shooting them sort of 10 times before they even have a hope of detecting you. But that alpha damage is so low, you need to shoot them 10 times to actually do any kind of significant damage. But it's a very fun tank. I really recommend grabbing one of those and having a look if you have the spare gold. AMX 1375, that's where I'm up to at the moment on the Batchat line, the French line that I'm working up towards the tier 10 medium. Yeah, it's pretty decent. I prefer it to the 12T, the one before. I didn't really like that one at all. The 12T isn't very maneuverable, I thought, for a light tank. This one isn't super maneuverable, but it's better than the 12T. Yeah, it's got an autoloader. It's quite fun. Camo's okay. Yeah, I just want the Batchat really, but this is pretty fun. I still prefer driving the ELC AMX though. So tier 8, we got lots of tier 8s. We've got all the premiums. We've got the Mutant 6, another rare premium tank, American one. Haven't used that for ages really. I just bought it because I was rare, and I'm pretty sure I remember being drunk when I bought it as well. But there you go, these things happen. It's an alright tank. It's got paper thin armor on the side, really strong armor on the front. But I know, I kind of like having rare tanks because that's cool. Like, once they haven't been on sale for ages, then it's kind of cool to see really rare tanks popping up in battles. So it's nice to have that, just for the fun of it. Jagdtiger 88, you've probably seen me talk about at length. That's a really great tank destroyer, premium tier 8 German tank destroyer. Great rate of fire, decent armor. It's probably my best credit maker. Makes me a lot of silver, that one. Definitely recommend that if you're into TDs and you want to buy a big money premium tank. That's probably the way to go. Jagdpanther 2 is another one I won't be selling. That's a great tank. I should just put permanent camo on that because I'm never going to sell it. And I'm probably going to do some videos on that later today because it's a really fun tank. The top gun is just really strong. The armor's okay. It's very maneuverable. It's just a really nice kind of complete package, I think. The Borsig's kind of new one for me. I've only just sort of unlocked that. I used a lot of free XP on that line when I was also a bit drunk, and then realised that because I'd free XP'd so much of it, my crew was completely shit. So I've now been grinding up the crew into premium tanks and haven't really driven this at all. So I'm kind of waiting till I've got that crew up to scratch, and then I'm going to plough on with the Borsig and see how I get on with that. So yeah, let me know if you might want to see some of that in action. It's in the works, it's on the way. T44 is a really nice tank. I've unlocked the one after this now, the T54 medium. I decided to keep this because I didn't have any other tier 8 mediums, and it's a good little platoon tank. So so I hung on to that. It's a really nice tank, very nice all round. I had good fun all the way up that medium line really. I didn't mind the T43. I think the T44 is better, it's more fun. And the T54 is a really nice tank as well, which I'm still grinding up at the moment. So we've also got the IS-6, which is the tier 8 Soviet heavy tank. Big fan of that. It's got good bouncy armor. Guns kind of lacking in penetration, but it's a great brawling tank. Again, a very good silver maker. good fun in platoons. Recommend it if you want to splash out the big bucks on a tier 8 premium tank and you're more into kind of heavies than TDs, then that's the way to go. I probably play my YAG Tiger 88 more than I play this, but they're both very good fun tanks. KV5 is another kind of silly comedy tank, another rare tank that I just had to get. It's really fun for ramming. I like it just because it's a bit weird and different and fairly unique. It's got that kind of weird kind of box turret like the KV2 does, and it is just, yeah, it's just massive. It's heavy. It's got this funny like kind of commander's hatch thing on the front there that's cool. People call R2D2. That's a bit of your weak point. It's just, yeah, it's just everything about it is just kind of weird and silly, and I love it. It's great. Oh, and we got an IS-3. God, I forgot I even had this. I've been grinding this line and then kind of stopped. I haven't really touched this for a while. I don't think, is it fully upgraded? No, it's not even partially upgraded. There we go. So yeah, it's pretty stock IS-3 there. Yeah, haven't really used it very much. Can't really say much about it. It seems okay. I'm sure once it's fully upgraded, it'll probably be pretty good. I want the IS-7 really, but this is just on the way. I might have to play a bit of that later. ISU 152, really nice tank. I just kind of held on to it because I loved it a lot when I played it, but I always didn't think I'd love the tanks after it so much, so I haven't actually gone back and played it at all. But it's sitting there. It's sitting there waiting. It's got a great gun on it. Once you've got that BL10, this top gun on it, it's just sickening. Really, it's just so powerful for a tier 8 tank. You just only thing you're lacking really is hit points of shit. But your gun is just, it'll just decimate all with that BL10. So tier 9, we're getting down to the sort of not so many tanks of these tiers now. We've got the YAG Tiger, is another keeper. Not one I've played for a while, but one I'm probably going to have a binge on again soon. Really fun tank, very powerful tank. I've really got, oh no, for some reason I thought my crew was really crap in that, but that is the crew is a nice crew I have in my YAG Tiger. Yeah, great tank. Once I'm done kind of grinding out some of the tanks I'm on at the moment, I want to focus on just having some fun in some of my tanks. This is one of the ones I'm going to go back to because it is just, it's really fun. It's got great armor, great gun, and yeah, it's YAG Tiger. What can you say? T54 I touched on earlier. It's the one after the T44. I'm going to grind that up. I kind of want both the tier 10s, so there's going to be a lot of grinding on that. I haven't even got these packages yet, so what? There's yeah, it's a while to go on that one. But yeah, I haven't used it too much recently, but I'm going to get back more into some platooning soon, and that's a good platoon tank to use. So hopefully that'll stop going up a bit quicker soon. The Object 704 is a brilliant tank. It's not got camo on it now because I've got the one after it, and I haven't driven this for a while. I didn't really want to sell it because it was so much fun. I don't know if I will or not. You can see it's got a shit crew on it now because I put my crew on the 268, the one above it. So if I did want to use this, I probably need to put some effort into sorting out that crew because it's not a tank you want to drive with a crappy crew. It's a very powerful tank. Again, a bit like the ISU, it's massive gun on it, and this one's got tons better hit points, so it's really good camo. Yeah, quite maneuverable. Okay, gun depression. Yeah, very good tank, really good tank. So tier 10. So I think it's just one new tier 10 since, oh, my controller got disconnected. Oh look, there's my batteries have run out. There we go, amateur hour. So we've only got one new tier 10 since last time I did one of these, which is the Object 268, which I recently unlocked. I haven't used that too much, but that's been a really fun tank. Just that whole line of tanks has been awesome fun to use. Good camo, good guns. I kind of prefer it to my Jagdpanzer E100 because you only lose a little bit of alpha damage for a much quicker reload time, and I really prefer that. Get much better armor on the E100, but this is more my kind of style, the kind of camo, big gun sort of thing, rather than really big gun, stupid reload and armor. I like to kind of hide a bit. This one is fun though, I do enjoy it. Yeah, the Jagdpanzer E100, it's got very good armor. If you angle it, you can bounce a lot of shots from pretty big tanks, and it's quite imposing, and people are pretty fearful of it on the battlefield. And the E5 is another, yeah, that was my first tier 10. That's a really fun tank. I think I need to put some permanent camo on that because I'm not going to sell it. It plays more like a medium. It doesn't have amazing armor, but it's very agile. It's got a great gun. Yeah, it's good fun tank to use in platoons and that kind of thing, and one I should probably use more. So that's my 3 tier 10s. That's my whole garage. I've got 13 vacant slots ready to fill up with some more. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that garage update. I'll do another one in, I don't know, a few months, whenever my garage has changed enough that I feel it warrants it. Hope you enjoyed that video. If you did, please think about hitting like and subscribe and all the rest of that stuff. And I will catch you next time. I've been Ben, we're the Beard Guys, and I'll see you later. We are the build. Start that again.